Everybody. How you doing? Just gonna give everybody a couple minutes to get. Just gonna give everybody a couple minutes to log on, and all right. So it normally takes everybody about a minute or two to hop on these things, get their alarm on their phone, and go, "Oh crap, gotta go log on." Hope everybody's having a good night and enjoyed a relatively dry day. All right, we got four that are hopping on, and what normally happens is people miss the first couple minutes. We kind of do a little bit of small talk. But this is really a talk. We like to do these before a lot of our events because you guys always have questions, and we want to answer those questions. Not the ones that are in the athlete's guide. We're going to go real quickly through the athlete's guide, but I mean we're talking 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just a real quick run of the day. Um, this pretty much takes the place of tomorrow night's course talk, that kind of stuff. We'll also do another quick course talk on Saturday and Sunday morning. So, this is just kind of your opportunity to talk to me. So I'm looking at comments, I'm looking at whatever. So somebody thumbs up, somebody say yes, you can hear me, just so I know the audio is working, if you don't mind. And I'm posting out there first. So somebody, all they have to do is click like or whatever on that. Hopefully you can hear me, or this is going to be a horrible talk. Okay. Okay. All right. Good. There we go. All right. All right. So we're about 3 minutes in, 2.5 minutes in. So we're going to go ahead and get rocking and rolling. So first and foremost, welcome to the 2024 Baltimore Triathlon. This year, the event is produced by Revolution 3. My name is Jason Chance. I'm the owner and the race director of Rev 3. Rev 3 was formed in 2009. It's been through a lot of different iterations. More recently, we acquired it about 3 years ago because we love the family atmosphere that they have. Prior to that, we had TCR Event Management, which we still produce races under. So we have a lot of races over on the Eastern Shore. We've always known about Baltimore Triathlon, and our friends at Charm City Run Events finally, said, "Hey, this is our only triathlon, and this is what you do. So come on over and let's rock it." So we are super excited about some of the additions and changes that we're going to make. Um, you're going to see a couple small ones this year. The course is the exact same, so don't worry about the course. The course is the exact same. So if you've done the race before, it is the same sprint course. It's the same bike course. If you've done the race before, when you go into Bay Country, there are two speed humps that you'll go over on the bike. We'll definitely talk about those here in just a minute. To give you an idea, we currently have 185 women signed up for Saturday, and we have about 265 men signed up for Sunday. Um, if those numbers maintain, we're allowed to, by the park, we're allowed to have 300 each day. If those maintain, we will look at adding a kids race for future years. But we need to kind of gauge a few years and see what days we can move that to, because we would do kids all on one day. So we love watching tiny humans race. They're a lot of fun. So all right. So we're going to talk just real briefly. The most important thing, we sent out an email today about parking because everybody wants to know about parking. Um, Hammerman Area Beach. uh, everything's going to open up for you at 6 a.m. on Saturday and 6 a.m. on Sunday, whether you're doing the men's race, the women's race. Everything opens up at 6 a.m. Um, Spectators are allowed to come in at any point in time. We just ask that, if they can try to get in before like 8 o'clock, that would be great because at some point in time, there's going to be bikes coming back into the park. And you will be sharing that single skinny road with cars and bikes. Um, as you come in, the thing today told you there are three big lots when you first come in. There's ash, birch, and cedar. If you go to any of those, you will be able to leave as early as 10 a.m. You'll actually go the opposite way. You'll go the wrong way on a one-way street, but that'll be metered by our friends there at the park. So if you want to leave by 10 a.m., one of the first three lots, ash, birch, or cedar, and there'll be signs that'll be there that'll tell you, hey, 10 a.m., for these lots. If you don't mind hanging around and you want to hang out and party with us a little bit, then you can come all the way down to the beach lot. And we probably will be kicking people out of there or allowing you to leave from there around 11:30. We're going to have some food down there. We're going to have some beer down there. So music and the awards and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to play, come on down to beach. We will not let you leave beach if there are runners on the course because that is part of the run course. So just want you to understand that if you come all the way down to the very last lot, which is right near transition, um, you will be stuck there. So no, no, we don't want to hear anything about flights and all that kind of stuff. So if you need to get out of there early, ash, birch, or cedar at the very beginning. Um, so tomorrow from 2 to 6, we have a packet pickup. It is down there at transition. We hope to have at least transition built, if not the finish line also. Chances are I'll be putting buoys out in the water tomorrow. Um, the bike course is marked. We had some local friends who did that. We appreciate everything that Dale does for us there. So the bike course is marked the with arrows, and the run course is also marked. So the run course stays inside the property the entire time. So the course is marked. If you want to drive it, all of the GPS stuff is right on the website. There's a special tab that says courses. It's also in the athlete guide. And pretty much everything I'm going to talk about is in the athlete guide, unless you guys hit me with some crazy questions. Um, so one thing that we did change this year um, is the swim start, and we've gotten a lot of questions about that because people were like, "Hey, I don't remember entering my swim time." That's because we don't ask you to enter your swim time and then lock you into a corral and stuff like that. What we do, and we do it at all of our races, and we do it at our large open water swims, including the bay swim, is we seed you by time, and actually we don't seed you, you seed you. So as you walk down there will be signs like this. And this says 1 minute 15 or faster for your 100-yard swim pace. This doesn't mean open water 100-yard swim pace. This is just a way to gauge how fast you are. So if you're doing a 115 in the pool per 100, first of all, good on you. And you should probably be in the front. You should be one of the ones who first go into the water. So we're going to let 5 people in at a time every 5 seconds or so, and we can slow that down if if we find that people are having trouble getting into the water and getting moving. So, but we're going to release 5 at a time. Um, we will tell you go, and then we'll tell you stand up, and then go, and stand up, and go. So we've got those from 115, like the one I showed you, all the way. Pretty sure the last one is 3 minutes or that should say slower. Um, 3 minutes or slower. Um, you are not doing yourself any favors at all if you're a slower swimmer by going in the front. Okay. You're not doing any favors to yourself at all. If you are a slower swimmer, all you're going to do is get run over because the true fast swimmers are going to go up front. The cutoff time, quote unquote, is based on when the last swimmer goes into the water. I will tell you this right now: if you are having a hard time um, on the swim and you have to get brought in, we're going to check you off. We're going to make sure that you're good. And then as long as we're able to, we're going to let you go out on the bike course. Okay. The bike course is only 14 miles long, but the bike course has to be clear by 10 a.m. That's when we lose our police protection is 10 a.m. Um, so, go out on the swim and then go out on the bike. And then because the run is in the park, we kind of control that. So we really are here for you as part of our family. We want you to be able to finish. We want you to have that experience, even if we have to pull you from the swim, as long as you're physically okay and you can go out and do the bike. We're going to allow you to do that. We're going to allow you to finish and everything. You're just going to get a DNF as your official time, but you're going to get the full experience. That's one thing that we pride ourselves on. The other thing we pride ourselves on, you've heard me say family a couple times. We are a family organization, and like I said, we love tiny human racers and we love families. We are a triathlon family ourselves. So if you have somebody that you want to share the finish line with, have them come into the finish line. Just be aware of other people behind you. Don't go Wizard of Oz and go five across and go skipping over the finish line. Save enough room in case anybody's trying to sprint and beat their own personal record. Okay. So that's another thing that's different about us racing with us is that you have the family finish. So we want you to bring your son, your daughter, your wife, your grandparents, whoever it is. We want you to bring them over the line. Just once again, be cognizant of that. Swim course is the exact same. We're going to have pictures up tomorrow and everything. Basically, you're going to swim out to a yellow buoy. You're going to swim right straight out to a yellow buoy. You'll turn left at the yellow buoy. There'll be some small little orange sighting buoys along the way. You'll turn left. So it's a big rectangle. You'll turn left and then left at another yellow buoy. So pretty much anytime you see a yellow buoy, that's what you're turning at. The tiny little orange buoys, those are just for sighting. We recommend you keep all buoys on your left-hand side, so it's a counterclockwise swim. One neat thing that we do so that people know, oh gosh, I'm at the finish. We will have two buoys that are side by side, and that's a gate. So if you're swimming up from this way, when you get between those, you'll actually swim in between them. They're big orange buoys with yellow tops. That's when you'll turn and you'll go into the finish line. So it's a gate. You will see it all set up on race day. Don't worry about it. Just keep all the buoys to your left and turn at the yellow buoys. That's the simplest thing I can tell you. Um, Lots of guards out there. We'll have power boats available. We'll have whatever we need to get you moving. So um, water temperature looks like it was about 72, 71.8 or so yesterday. That means that we're going to be wetsuit legal unless something really crazy happens. But we're going to take another measurement tomorrow. So the swim, don't worry about the swim. You will be fine. You'll be good. And then you'll run on up the transition. Another new thing that we have, and you're going to see it on Saturday, and more people are doing it Saturday with the women's race than Sunday, is a duathlon. So a duathlon is a run, bike, run. So you will run 1 mile, you will bike the full 13.9, and then you'll do the 5K. So a duathlon is for people who they just don't want to swim, or they just can't swim, or they just have a fear of the water, or they just enjoy doing duathlons. Like they know their strength is to run. So the duathlon, you can see that course at the very bottom of courses. It is actually two loops in the small parking lot that's right next to transition. No, it's not fun, but I wanted to do that so we don't have any crossover with bikes. It keeps everybody safe. So duathlons. Duathlon, you will start and we will count you down. All of you will start at the same time, and you will start when we say go for the swimmers. And we have communication with our team. Um, so we'll count them down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And at the same time, then you will go on your run. Um, Keep in mind your duathlon first run, very different than the duathlon second run, which is the normal 3.1 mile run. Okay. Bike course is the same. Only thing I have to tell you about the bike course, once you leave from the park and you turn right and then you make an almost immediate right into Bay Country, there are two speed humps. A speed hump is one of those like 3 foot long ones. I recommend don't take that in Aero, but you do you. Normally, we'll put some signs out that say bump ahead. There are two of them. You only hit them once, um, so that's a good thing. Um, let's see. Oh, there is one major turn to the right, and I believe it's Earl's Road. So you're going to be on Eastern for some time, and when you go to make a right, it's sharp. So we will have a caution slow, right turn ahead, that kind of stuff. We will have some signage out there that kind of warns you of that. Law enforcement is out controlling intersections, but keep in mind you are sharing the road with vehicles, and the law of gross tonnage says they win every single time. So even though we're in a race, be careful. Um, all right, when you come back in off the bike, you will go out on the run. You will do one loop in the big oval lot that's right next to us before you go out onto the main road. I'm sorry, the main road in the park, not a main highway or anything. And when you go out and you do your loop, our friends over at Hartford Multisport, they're going to be manning our aid station, and we appreciate that. They're going to be doing it for both days. So we're super excited about that. Means that you're going to have triathletes who are out there with you. You'll hit that aid station 2 times on the run course. You'll come through the finish line after you come back. And again, we'll walk you through everything. We'll have signage. Kristen, who's actually on here right now, is our run lead. So excited to have her in there, and we're gonna make it so that it's gonna be good. Once you finish up, you know, we want you to hang out. We're gonna actually be fencing in like a shaded area with trees. Even though it looks like it's gonna be beautiful, it'll give you a little bit of shade. There'll be cold water. There'll be food. Be some adult beverages, stuff like that. The finish line, we want everyone to experience that, which means aqua bikers, your finish time technically happens when you come under the bike in chute. You're officially done at that point in time, but we want you to put your bike down, take your helmet off, and then we want you to work your way over to the finish line. We want you to run through the finish line because we have a photographer there for finish line photos. We want you to get your medal. We want everybody to cheer. We want that experience for you as well. So aqua bike, once you're done, rack your bike, take off your helmet, or you can have a funny looking finish line picture if you want. Um, but we want you to come through the finish line. We want you to experience the same finish line that everybody else does. Someone sent a message 2 minutes before we started this thing and said, "Hey, can I switch? Can I switch down to the aqua bike?" The answer is yes. The answer is always yes. We will switch you all the way up to race day. So if you show up and you just go, "Hey, I'm just not feeling the swim," great, no problem. You can do the duathlon. Um, Now we're not going to let you do like a aquathlon, which is a swim run kind of thing. Nothing like that. It's got to be one of our events that we have set up. But that includes duathlon, run bike run, aqua bike, which is just swim bike. If your knees not, feeling good or something, then switch over to aqua bike. We click a couple buttons and switch you. So all right, you guys have heard me rattle on here for a couple minutes. Most important thing is going to be most biggest question we've gotten from everybody is parking and spectators and all that kind of stuff. Um, the answer is yes, they can come in. It's just if they're going to come in, the race starts at 8 o'clock. Okay. If they're going to come in after 8 o'clock, we just ask that they're really, really aware of what's going on around them because you're going to be coming in on the same road that they are coming in on as well. The park is completely open. I take that back. The park is open up to ash, birch, and cedar, but like a regular patron can't just drive around the park. Nobody's going to make it past beach, um, and they really don't want to go into beach because we're going to lock them in there until 11:30. So, um, yeah. Relays, we've got quite a few relays, including a lot of co-ed. If your relay transition will be at the bike rack. So if you're the swimmer, come on up, rack your bike, give your bike, or sorry, don't rack your bike. Run on up. Your person should be waiting for you at the bike. Switch, give them the chip, and then you head off and go do your bikey thing. And then come on back, and then the runner, you should probably already have the bib on. The bib only needs to be worn on the run. We'd like it facing front so that we can identify you in pictures and all that kind of stuff. Your bike will have a number on it. Your helmet will have a number on it as long as they stick. Um, yeah, so we'll be able to identify you if you're out there on the course. All right, guys. How about questions? Normally, there's a ton of questions at this point in time. People are just curious, something silly, anything. Want to know what kind of beer or anything like that we're having. So, okay. Um, let's see. Anything else important that I can go over to see if anybody else has a question? It is a USA Triathlon event, so make sure that you have a helmet. That's really super important. Awards should be around 10:30 or so. Once again, keep in mind, packet pickup tomorrow from 2 to 6. That's really, um, we'd really like that to be just for the women's race on Saturday, but if the men want to come and check in also. And then from 12 to 2, we have the men's race. So Barbara, there are volunteers at almost every single turn. Volunteers, the only problem with volunteers is sometimes they don't show or something happens. So what we do is the route is already marked with tape, but our bike team goes out and they put giant sandwich boards. They're 2 feet wide by 3 foot tall at every single turn, and they drop a cone next to it also. So if there is a very big or very important turn, we will make sure that somebody's there. We get great support from the communities that we drive through, and a lot of times they're actually out there on the turns. We're going to try to put somebody down where you make that sharp right onto Earl, because once you make that, you're pretty much rocking and rolling for the most part. Um, so we're going to put volunteers as long as they show up. We're going to put them out there. So thanks for asking that. Um, let's see. You will get your bib number tomorrow or whenever you check in. You'll get your bib number then. So we'll have magic markers and that kind of stuff to be able to mark. The Baltimore Tri branded caps apparently are on a boat someplace. So we just have plain colored caps for you. If you want to wear your own cap, you can. The only thing we ask is that it is not red. Please do not wear a red cap. If you wear a red cap, then that means that our guards and everybody are kind of keeping our eye on you a little bit more. If you would like a red cap, just ask our team when you check in. Um, I would recommend, not wearing an orange cap since a lot of the buoys are orange, but that's on you. Um, Timing strap. If you check in tomorrow, you will not get your timing strap until Saturday morning, when you come into transition, but you will get your bike stickers and your shirt and all that kind of stuff in your bib. But you won't get your timing strap until Saturday morning or Sunday morning, depending which day you're racing. Um, we really want everybody to be there like 7:15 at the latest so that you can get racked because at 7:45 we're kicking you all out. We've got a little bit of a walk down to swim start. Um, and that'll just give us time. So um, if you're late and you're running really, really late, don't, you're probably not going to be able to just run up, grab your stuff and head on out. Um, so be a volunteer at that point. Um, oh, your start time, we talked about that self-seated start. Your start time starts when you cross that mat going into the water. So that's why I was saying before about swimmers, like you're not doing yourself any favor by jumping in. So um, you can do any kind of stroke that you want on the swim, doesn't matter. You can wear one of those floats on the back if you need it and would like. We encourage those. And yeah, for the most part, this is probably the easiest one that we've done because there's not a lot of questions. Normally, you guys are killing me on these. So just keep in mind 6 a.m. That's when you can come into the park on Saturday and on Sunday. We'll do a pack and pickup from 2 to 6 tomorrow. Um, we will still have like a question and answer session just like this tomorrow at 5:30. Um, Yep, we will be around to answer any of your questions pretty much all day. And if you have a question or an issue, you can always reach me at info@rev3try.com. Um, I'll type that. And it's normally me who's going to answer that. So yeah. So if you hit me up on race day, 20 minutes after we start and say, hey, I'm probably not coming, I'm probably not going to get that. So any questions, send an email over there to info@rev3try.com. Remember, parking ash, birch, or cedar if you want to leave around 10 a.m. If you want to stay for the whole thing, come on down to beach. That's going to get you closest to transition. But all right. All right, guys, we will be there tomorrow at 2 o'clock. So any questions or anything, let us know and see you there.